For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way.
I get bullied all the time by this way. Got one more.
For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. H6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ballin' age. I'm flipping the bars and flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence. I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive and I'm barely moving. But I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winnings when I know you're losing. So I work the winnings and they throw the deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting the bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, bucket tax. That's a joke. Tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, fuck out the back. Brody plot, but get a whack. Contract, give me them backs. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record.
Which weird games events like that I've seen in the past would kind of scare me? That 550 meter sprint that they did last year. I mean, I don't think I'd be terrible at that, but it would definitely be one of the most nerve-wracking things. But sometimes those are the most fun, too. Those are the most fun events.
There's not a lot to think about.
No. But that's the ironic thing, is like there's not much to think about, and my head's just like, think about every possibility.
Distances that they kind of throw at you at the games, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like you'll see like the 600 meter row last year and the pull-ups. Something that's just a little bit different than what people are used to.
The 600? Oh!
It's like a 600 meter row into like the chest to bar pull-ups.
Like a distance that's not typical training, but you just like.
Yeah. That's why we ran the 250s the other day.
Don't know how to pace it. Yeah. Turns out 250 meters is way better than 300 meters.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Why you be all in my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with it, who line for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double. I don't do discussions on bragging about hundreds. Don't go to your places.
I just kept trying to sit back more on that left arm and it was just throwing me off. It's not heavy, it doesn't feel heavy at all. It's
Just get out of it.
I don't know, how close were those last ones?
You were fine once you made the adjustment. Even when you were coming up on your toes a little bit, just the fact that you were sitting back more. But it's the first couple you did on the first round, that toe was coming up, and it was coming up so much that it was.
I just need to watch them. I just need to watch them. It's frustrating. I wish I could touch and go it. Just at that point, it's not worth it. Depends on the workout. Now I can't find the bottom.
How do you feel she did in the workout?
She did awesome. Always. No, good. I was happy with the way we moved both those dumbbells. Heavy dumbbells for us. The way she moved the 70 was great, and then we had a little bit of, had to clean up a little bit on the overhead, or the snatch, squat snatch, just making sure we're on the left side, getting depth, or keeping our feet kind of flat on the ground. It helps us get depth, and she was there on all of it, but we just want to clean everything up and make it beautiful, because that's going to help us be efficient, and then you're no reps. So, but I was happy with both of those. I didn't ask, what was your pace holding on the row? 1100? Yeah.
He's always contemplating in his head when I'm working out. I can see it. Like, I feel like your head is still talking to me even though your mouth is not moving in workouts. Like, I can hear him. He's like a little annoying little parrot on my shoulder the whole time. What was I doing the other day that, I was doing pistols. I was doing pistols the other day, and my left leg looks so ugly. It just does this little, like, it rolls to the inside a little bit like this, and all I can hear is your voice, like, going, drive that left knee out, drive that left knee out, that left knee is ugly. That's literally what I hear in workouts. And then at the Mac, I hear that when I'm competing, and then my sister off to the side going, what are you doing? That's when I miss those reps, I hear Alex's voice going, what are you doing? I have to tell you about the lunge, because everybody's asking about the Mac lunge moment, the infamous Mac lunge moment, and all I hear is Alex going, what are you doing? And in my head, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying. But yeah, we're gonna have to have a whole episode on what happened on the Mac lunge moment. You know, in that moment too, I was like, I'm gonna have to explain myself to so many people. Like, still in that moment with the barbell, like, I'm gonna have to explain myself to so many people. When in reality, my body just like crumbled. Like, it was so tired. Oh, don't bring me that. I'm still traumatized by that moment. So, today is Friday. Typical kind of day is I just finished my first session with all the hinging. I'm feeling it, but all good stuff. Now I'm gonna start going into my personal training. Monica is a beast right here. We're working on butterfly pull-ups. That's where we'll spend pretty much the majority of our time. If we have time left over, I like to work on some ring muscle-ups with her because she's crushing her gymnastics journey. She's gotten some strong bar muscle-ups in the bag. She's about to get her 25-foot freestanding handstand walk. She's PR'd at 18 feet. I've learned that one. So that's good stuff. Now we're on the road to butterfly pull-ups and ring muscle-ups. You know me, I like to coach all the gymnastics, so that's where we're off to next. So this would be like the full strict drill of where I'm doing like a pull in a hollow position, fall into an arch, pull, fall into arch. I don't want it that strict for you, but I want you to grow that drill a little bit bigger to where you're just like bending and breaking from your midline. You know what I just felt in that drill? Is I want more kicking from your legs. Watch my lower body. You see how my lower body was moving more than like my shoulders were? My shoulders are tight and engaged, but it's all coming from that cue of using your midline, sticking your belly button out, tucking that belly button in. So when I see see Monica smile, that means we're on track. She's always so hard on herself.
Today. It's been a bad day.
No, well, we're making it a good day. Okay, that means you can see it, right?
Yeah.
It looks like, okay, now put that in your brain because you can do it. You just saw it. You just did it.
Complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every
Like
time
3, 2, 1, sprint off that first 600. You gotta settle into that pace right away. Okay, you guys are gonna crush this. We'll have fun. We'll play together. It's gonna be a good day. Okay, go ahead and line up in front of the storm wall. We'll start making our way back towards the front.
don't you help me the way I help you.
Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your butt cheeks. Okay, ready? We'll go do 5 reps just at your own pace. Stand and squeeze those glutes. Right back down to that setup position. Stand and squeeze your glutes. Let's get a thunderclap on 3, thunderclap on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Already noon through. Believe in yourself. Come on, Priyanka. I believe in you. You got it, girl. Go, you guys got this.
But when it comes to me, you don't wanna know. Yeah, every time I trip, it's a free fall.
I love days like today because this is a nasty, grueling workout, but all these folks, like there's some veterans in here and there's some really newbies and there's some folks that just plain don't like running, and these are the best days because they're gonna get through this and be like, wow, I can do that. These are the best days. So it's gonna be hard days, but yeah, these are some hard workers. I love them.
Don't you help me the way I help you. Don't have to save me, just be my parachute. Yeah. Just be my parachute. Oh. Why don't you?
Oh, I guess I lied. I do have protein in between. A little more carbs though.
What protein is that?
This is I think, yeah, it's called My Protein. I do the lemonade in the morning, and then I do my chocolate Ascent at night.
Oh, to give you that.
This is what you look forward to every day. The best gummy bears. Those are my favorite. Although, I got it as a gift from someone, apparently Trader Joe's, which I don't know where that is around here.
I don't either.
Trader Joe's makes something called Scandinavian Swimmers, which is definitely a knockoff version of Swedish Fish, but I'm all about those now. So if anyone can find me a Trader Joe's and Scandinavian Swimmers.
You were in South Lake last week.
Why would I go out to South Lake for gummies? Maybe I have to for these though. I have to go back there actually. I just don't like to drive. Oh, I can do this in between. I've been meaning to do this for Matt. My sister, this is what we can do right now. Made him this parking sign so no one takes his spot.
Hey, ventilators would do burpees. I love that.
So we can go hang that up if I can find fishing line. Because those holes are so small. Yeah, but those do it for the Scandinavian swimmers.
Scandinavian swimmers.
Yeah, you know Swedish Fish? That's
Yeah.
definitely a knockoff of Swedish Fish. They tasted exactly like Swedish Fish. Okay. And then I should post some videos. That's what I usually do in my weird in-between times, is post all them videos everyone sees on IG.
I was wondering if we're gonna get a reel today.
I don't have any good I mean, if I find one, this is kind of how it's been rolling. I scroll through it after lunch when we're like taking our lunch break and everything, and I'm like, that one looks good, let's go shoot it right now. If it's really easy. And then there's actually a big one that I have planned that Matt sent me that I have to learn all the words to lip sync it correctly. So that one will take a little bit more time. Believe it or not, the easiest reels for me to make are my ones where I just take my training snippets and just clip put little ones together. But obviously the funny ones are, I try to keep my IG page balanced between like funny ones, and then yes, I do take training seriously, so I did have some weird ones lined up for a while. You sent me one? Thank you.
I mean, but all you do is make reels, right? TikTok is all you do.
That's all I do. That's all I do. What even is fitness?
Story behind the tiger.
Story and tiger. There's no like specific like. My parents went to both my parents went to LSU, so we're originally from Louisiana. So tigers are always around the house. We always have our LSU stuff up and everything. But I've always had this, like, I feel like that's like my inner like spirit animal side of me. I love tigers just because like I said, I've always seen them around and everything, but that's just like my inner side. I even told Matt the other day, I feel like when I walk out on the floor, it's almost like my alter ego is like this big, like, I picture myself being this like big ferocious beast, even though I'm like this teeny tiny thing out there. But that's kind of like the attitude that I take to it, and I love animals and I love tigers, and I feel like that's like my inner spirit animal. So it gets me hyped up when I see them. It gets me hyped up when I see it. I pretend like it's like stalking prey when you're out on the floor. And me always being an individual, like an individual competitor in like gymnastics, and right now in my career, I feel like I resonate a lot with that. It's just they're on their own, very very focused, very very like almost stubborn in a way that when I want something I'm gonna go and get it, and then but also like very quiet and humble about what they do too. So that's kind of, I feel like I resonate a lot with the tiger, so it's always kind of stuck around inside me for that. And I think I started using like the tiger emoji on most of my posts, so it kind of stuck around. Yeah, so it's kind of my little thing that comes with all those posts. Yeah, Hungry Heart started back in 2017. My saying in 2016, the first year when I went to the games, was built on heart. So I've always said, if you're not going to do it with your full heart, why do it even at all? Because that's when the best of you is going to come out. So built on heart was 2016. And then the tiger side started coming out, and then we changed it to Hungry Heart going to the games in 2017. And that's the one that's kind of stuck around. And then this year, I've kind of had like themes of, Matt and I always try to create like good themes of the year for us to kind of like, as a good mental tool to stick with and to plan everything that we do around the year round. And I feel like I've gotten crazier over the years. And I've kind of like realized the better things are happening when you just go with your gut. And this year it has been no regrets. So I said that right before that last event actually at the MAC, because I knew it was like your best and worst fear as an athlete is being in a foot race with the girl next to you and the other girl on the other side of you. And I said, no regrets. I'm just going to go straight into this wall and see what happens. And I don't want to leave any doubts behind in my head, because that's the heaviest weight that you have on you is, could I have pushed harder here? Could I have done something different right here? Those are the worst feelings. So I was like, that's what all this is, this whole year, this is what it's going to be all about, is no regrets, just go for it, trust all the training, trust all the hard work, because in the end, I mean, it's right where you're supposed to be. Yeah.
Cool.
Look, Inception, it's Jarrod.
Oh.
That's what we do in our in-between times. We go and post the story posts, clip some of our workouts that we did down. It's so fun getting to work with all the different athletes, especially someone like Monica, who's like She's a really, 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 really hard worker. And I can tell just some things don't connect with her, like, right away. As, like, some athletes, they still work hard, but some things come more naturally to them. And I almost love it because once she gets it, it's there.
Yeah.
But it'll just take her a little bit longer. She's definitely like an overthinker, but it's fun to work with the athletes that sometimes I have to slow them down because they're just like reps after reps after reps, and then she's like, I almost have to just push her on the pull-up bar to just like, we just need to keep going, learn from every rep. Not everyone's gonna be good, but yeah, she's really, really fun to work with, and she started from, like, you can even tell from her, like, she's really like, she's a very powerful athlete, but almost getting her, I work with her on all of her gymnastics, so getting her to, like, loosen up and trying to find the right cues to tell her to, like, gymnastics is the hardest thing to, like, tell people to, like, loosen up and be long, but at the same time you have to be tight and engaged, and it's a back and forth kind of little vicious cycle, but she's made huge progress. It's really fun to work with her. And then I go back and look at some of my videos, and I'm like, ugh, that didn't look as good as I thought. It did.
Nowadays, nothing really is only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on blinking, she.
Alright. So what are you about to do?
About to do some back squats. I'm gonna be back squatting like twice a week right now. So this is kind of a play off of Mondays. Back squats are not one of my strongest lifts. I'm actually a better front squatter than I am a back squatter, and it's just a little bit of posterior chain strength and bar placement when it comes to that. But definitely getting better. These are going to be pause. One on the first rep, it's going to be a pause back squat, and then 4 additional back squats for a full set of 5. This percentage work, nothing maximal.
Me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on blinking, she. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, Vintage friends on my face. Looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers. Pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise.
As far as like how the workout played out, time domain, I was aiming for that 3 minutes, and kind of the speed she stayed moving. I knew the sled pushes would feel easy at the beginning, but get really hard really quick. So played out how I wanted. So got the stimulus I think that she needed, and she did great. That D-ball is a 150-pound D-ball, so that's carrying like her over her body weight right there. So it's good stuff.
That's just stuff that's frustrating in a way. Like, it gets, you feel okay on the first round, and then you just kind of start, power output goes, and that sled just starts to feel like almost impossible to move. But that's a little bit of our concrete too. But I love it. You feel the heat like baking your face as your like head's down. Had to let out a few like very, I wouldn't even call them grunts, yells to get that sled moving. But it's fun training. That's what you ask for, is to get your butt kicked. I'm really happy with how that D-ball was moving, because that's been an issue in the past of just getting that thing off the ground. So I'm excited about all of our progress on all those types of workouts. But man, 100% effort. It just hits differently than other Metcons. those power output ones. It's taught me to be really aggressive and know where my red lines are on weights, how to move heavy objects and awkward objects. So, and in the moment, like adjust in the moment, like that sled. Being okay with, hey, this doesn't feel exactly how I wanted it to. Learning how to adjust on the fly like that is so important. That was a good one. That's a good one.
Awesome.
Yeah.